Hi everyone and welcome to part 2 of my review of Ong Bak 3, and now we shall see how the story finishes. Rajana's curse suddenly gets worse, and so he decides to visit the Ghost Crow in order to remove it. The Ghost Crow then gives him the dark magic treatment, and it doesn't work. However, the Ghost Crow shows his true desire, which is usurping Rajana and owning everything he owns. I'm sorry, what? Usurping Rajana and owning everything he owns. Okay, let's take a look back when the Ghost Crow meets Rajana. When Rajana gives the Ghost Crow the offer to join him, he refuses, stating that there was nothing he wanted. However, if he wanted Rajana's position, why didn't he just take it from him while he was there? And if your answer is because there's too many guards at the palace, the Ghost Crow is a brilliant fighter. In fact, at his lair, Rajana sends a small arm to kill him, and he's able to take them all on. Oh, and do you want to know what happens to Rajana? The Ghost Crow kills him by cutting off his head, but his head is still able to say his last words. Why did you do that? I mean, you built up this character to be the main villain, and then you suddenly kill him off and replace him with a character we know very little about. And also, why did you add in the curse storyline? I know I already said it's probably for development and complexity, but once you look at the whole story, it's just an excuse to have Rajana killed off. Also, how could the king be able to curse him? Does saying, "I curse you before you die" really work? Well, I guess so, because the same thing happened to Philip the Fair of France when he mistreated the Knights Templar. Okay, so Rajana is killed, but it seems the Ghost Crow has to go through a lot in order to become the new king. Or he becomes king in the next scene. Is that how it works back then? If you assassinate the old king, does that instantly make you the new one? Oh, money, power, and everything you own. What makes you think I'm going to give everything I own to you? Because I got a gun. Oh, I curse you. You will meet a miserable end. Master, I heard something. Are you alright? Oh my God! My lord's dead. You killed him, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. Hail the new king! Sweet. Alright, Tine continues meditation until Crazy George arrives with a guest. Oh, thank God. Now we get to see Tony Jaa doing some fighting again. Sure, it's about an hour since we see him in action, but what happens if he becomes a pacifist? What happens if one of the most awesome martial arts stars suddenly changes style and becomes a less interesting one? Whew. No, that doesn't happen. Tony Jaa still kicks ass. Tine takes out the guards one by one, thus giving back his badass style. However, George comically attacks the captain and he does nothing. Actually, he draws his sword, but then charges after Tine rather than kill George first. The guy just attacked you, and you're just gonna let him get away with it? What's wrong with you? Hey, it's one of those funny-looking royal guards. I feel like punching him. I'm sorry. That wasn't meant to happen. Tine beats up all the guards but finds out that the village has been attacked and that everyone is gone. Everyone except for George. Thankfully, some more guards arrive. We have another really cool fight scene. After Tine cleans himself up, he decides to defeat the Ghost Crow once and for all. Meanwhile, at the palace, the Ghost Crow has most of the villagers as slaves. Why? Because he's evil! But let's see how evil they really are. Well, they have harsh slave drivers, work people to death, and even treat nibbles poorly. Please stop being so cruel! I guess that's the same elephant from the last film that Tine took control by slapping his hand on his head and making the elephants kneel. back to the film. Tine arrives to challenge the Ghost Crow, but it seems he's too powerful. So powerful that he's able to cause an eclipse. That's right, I want revenge against you because you killed the guy I wanted revenge against because he killed my family. Actually, he picks out Pim from the crowd, and although he could have come to save her, he does nothing and lets the Ghost Crow kill her. This angers Tine, and we have the big fight that the entire film was building up to. The fight scene is really enjoyable, however, what do you call this move? Is it the goose? We also have a really cool scene where Tine is swinging off the trunks of the elephant. The guard starts to get tougher, but Nibbles comes to the rescue and pulls the sculpture so hard it catapults into the guards. I have to admit, that is pretty creative. But the Ghost Crow deals with the situation by throwing a spear at Tine and hitting him, and it turns out that Tine foresaw the whole thing. Wow, you just pulled a Twilight, but then again, this film came first, so did Twilight pull a Ong Bak 3? So what does Tine do? Absolutely nothing! Then lightning suddenly hits the Ghost Crow, the eclipse fade away, and then the guards get blinded, and the tattoos, which I guess were the source of the Ghost Crow's power, fade away. What? I'm not kidding. This actually happens. So what you're telling me is that if you face a villain who has all the power in the world, only God can weaken him before you can defeat him. So we have the final fight between Tine and the Ghost Crow, and wouldn't you know it, he's able to beat him. Remember in the last film when the Ghost Crow was able to be more than a match for Tine even though he was a master of martial arts? It seems that all his strength came from his tattoos. That's their way of showing it by following the show don't tell rule. But I have a better idea. Why don't you show us everything about the Ghost Crow before making him the main villain? I'm sorry, I'm still not over that. Tine defeats the villain by grabbing his throat and tosses him off the ledge where he's impaled by the elephant's tusk. Well, I guess it was an irrelevant death. Yeah, that's the sound of you not liking my joke, but fuck it, I don't care. I'm still gonna use puns, so there's nothing you can do about it. And so our film ends with Tine and the villagers praying at the statue of Ong Bak. And that was Ong Bak 3, and it's bad. It's pretty bad. Although the action scenes are good, they just don't have the same energy the other films had. Also, it has a poor story and little character development. But the main problem is the film focuses on Buddhist philosophy, even though the other films focused on creative action. Why did they decide to change the idea? What would have been a good idea is Tony Jaa getting revived by the villagers and fighting through Rajana's palace while facing hundreds of guards and unique henchmen like Baskethead before the final showdown. But they don't do that. Ong Bak 3 is the weakest film of the trilogy and it isn't really worth checking out. And that's my review of all the Ong Bak films. Next I'll be... Whoa. Who are you?
I am your new king, and I've come searching the land looking for random people to be my slaves. And you are the first one I've come across.
Huh, and what if I don't want to become a slave?
If you refuse, then I'm gonna have to kill you. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, I'm gonna fight you with my trusty, oh yeah, that's right, I threw away the sword because I took more interest in dancing. I guess that wasn't a good move to play.
Yeah, it was a really bad move. I said, what are you gonna do about it?
You know what? I'm just gonna do absolutely nothing.
Well, you're gonna regret.
That was easy. I'm White Knight, and thanks for watching.